So what's going on, guys? It's JM, it's speedboxing. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel before you click onto any of the videos. Also comment below in the comment section if you guys have any opinions on what I'm saying in any of the videos. Like always, it is appreciated if you guys could drop me a quick sub or two on my channel. So George Groves knocks out Jamie Cox in 4 rounds with an absolutely brutal body shot to retain his WBA super middleweight title and progresses to the semi-finals of the World Boxing Super Series, where he'll meet IBO and fellow British super middleweight rival Chris Eubank Jr. in the super fight. And a lot of people were expecting George Groves to get the victory over Jamie Cox, but this was a very good fight for how long it lasted. Even though it only lasted 4 rounds, it was a very good fight. This was a war for the first couple of rounds. Like the first 2 rounds were a war. Jamie Cox came out a little bit too aggressive in my opinion. He was there, he was hunting for George Groves. I think he was just looking for them big shots against George Groves. And George Groves was tagging him with right hands. George Groves just cocking back that big right hand that he always has done. And he was timing Jamie Cox with counters. And Jamie Cox hasn't got a very good defense, so George Groves was just tagging him at will. And Jamie Cox was just leaving himself wide open. And Jamie Cox, he was landing some decent shots on George Groves. I think he even buzzed him at the end of the first round. Like, he definitely caught George Groves' attention in there with some hard shots and really had to make George Groves work. But Jamie Cox, I felt like he came out just a little bit too aggressive. I felt if he held back a little bit, like, we know Jamie Cox is an aggressive fighter anyway, but I felt like if he just held back the aggression a little bit, he could have maybe took George Groves down the stretch, because George Groves, in my opinion, didn't look like he was going to go 12 rounds at that pace. Like, after 4 rounds, George Groves looked like he was having a hard night's work. So after 6, 7, 8, 9 rounds, it would have been interesting to see how George Groves would have been able to cope with Jamie Cox if Jamie Cox would have just held back and slowly put the pressure on more and more. That's what Jamie Cox should have done. That's what John Costello, his trainer, was saying in the corner. But Jamie Cox, it was his first world title opportunity. Bit of inexperience showed, and he just went in there all guns blazing. He was smothering his work. Jamie Cox was falling in to George Groves' right hand counters. And the body shot in the 4th round, it was just a big brutal body shot right in the middle of the solar plexus, and it just took Jamie Cox out. Like, as soon as it landed, you just knew that Jamie Cox was going down, and he would have been lucky to make it back up, and he just didn't get up. Referee counted to 10, and Jamie Cox was just obviously paralysed for a good 20 seconds after that shot landed, because that was an absolutely brutal body shot. But it was a very good fight. And now in January we get the Chris Eubank Jr. George Groves world title fight, the big super fight in the super middleweight division. Chris Eubank Jr. entered the ring afterwards. The sparring rumours in the past were brought up. Chris Eubank Jr. Was saying that was all in the past, but then when George Groves said that Chris Eubank Jr. had never fought anyone like him, then Chris Eubank Jr. started bringing up the sparring stuff, so he kind of contradicted himself on that one. But anyway, both guys will still be pretty fresh in January. Obviously, Chris Eubank Jr. knocked out Anthony Yildirim a week before in 3 rounds. George Groves knocks Jamie Cox out in 4 rounds. So I think both guys will be ready and fresh to go by January. So hopefully the fight gets made. Well, it's going to be getting made, but hopefully nobody pulls out or any shenanigans don't go on. So yeah, that's just my breakdown of this fight. And what did you guys think of the fight? Did you enjoy it? Comment below in the comment section. It's JM, it's Speedboxing.